Good morning children. Today discussed about India relief features. Main points of this lesson. The central longitude of India is 82 degrees 30 minutes east is taken as standard meridian which passes near Allahabad. 82 degrees 30 minutes east longitude is the standard meridian time. IST. IST means Indian Standard Time. GMT. GMT means Greenwich Mean Time. It is the World Standard Time. And third one is World Landforms originated from two giant lands, namely Angara land. It is also called Laurentia and Gondwana land. The India Peninsular was part of Gondwana land. The other point is the greater Himalayas are composed of snow and ice covered. You find glaciers here. The seasonal cycle of accumulation of ice, movement and melting of glaciers are the sources of the perennial rivers. Next point. The lesser Himalaya ranges consist of the famous valley of Kashmir, the Kangra and Kulu in Himachal Pradesh. Next one. Shivaliks are called by different names in different regions. Jammu Hills, Kashmir, Mishmi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh, Kachari in Assam. The valleys lying between the lesser Himalayas and Shivaliks ranges are called as dunes. Example, Dehradun, Kotli Dune and Patli Dune. Next point, Purvanchal. In Arunachal Pradesh, beyond the Dihang Valley, the Himalayas takes a hairpin bend to the south and act as eastern boundary of India, and these divisions are known as Purvanchal. The other point is the Indo-Gangetic Plains broadly consist of three divisions, that is the western part, the central part and the eastern part. Next one. The western part was formed by the Indus and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. The central part is known as the Ganga Plain. The eastern part of the plain exists mostly in the Brahmaputra Valley of Assam. The Indian Plateau is also known as the Peninsular Plateau as it is surrounded by the sea on three sides. The Peninsular Plateau consists of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands, Malwa Plateau and the Deccan Plateau. Next point, the prominent plateaus in Central Highlands are Malwa Plateau on the western side and towards the east there is the Chota Nagpur Plateau. The portion of Peninsular Plateau lying to the south of the Narmada, a triangular landmark is called the Deccan Plateau. The Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats and Nilagiri forms western, eastern and southern boundaries respectively. Though Dodabetta is the highest peak in Nilagiris. The highest peak in South India is and Anaimudi. Highest peak in Eastern Ghats, Aroya Konda. Luni is the only river flows in the Thar Desert. The next point is Luni is the only river flows in the Thar Desert. Indira Gandhi Canal is the longest canal in our country. The coastal plain is uneven and broken by hilly terrain. It can be divided into three parts. Number 1, Konkan coast. Number 2, Canara coast. Number 3, Malabar coast. And next point, the Arabian coastal plain are known as Utkal. Second one is Sarkar. Third one is Coromandel coast. There are two groups of islands, Andaman and Nicobar, stretched in Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep islands in the Arabian Sea. Barren and Narkondam Islands are volcanic regions in India. In this lesson, the next topic is location. For India, the central longitude 8 degrees 30 minutes east longitude is taken as standard meridian. It is Indian Standard Meridian Time, which passes near Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. This is reference for Indian Standard Time and this is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. We go to the next topic, geological background. The first one is world or landforms originated from two giant lands, namely Angara land, that is also called Laurentia, and Gondwana land. The Indian peninsula was part of Gondwana land. Over 200 million years ago, Gondwana land split into two pieces and the peninsular Indian plate moved towards northeast and collided the much larger Eurasian plate. Owing to the collision and immense compression force, mountains evolved through a folding process over millions of years. The present form of the Himalayas is a result of this process. The breaking off from the northern corners of the peninsular plateau leads to the formation of the large basin. In course of time, this basin slowly got filled with sediments deposited by the Himalayan rivers from the north and peninsula rivers from the south. This created the very extensive flat northern plains of India. The other topic is major relief divisions. The first one is the relief divisions of India landmass can be divided into following groups. The first one is Himalayas. Another one is the Indo-Gangetic plains and about the peninsular plateau, the coastal plains and about the deserts, and the last one is the islands. In major division, the first topic is the Himalayas. The Himalayan ranges ran in the west-east direction in the form of an arch with a distance of about 2,400 kilometers. The Himalayas comprise three parallel ranges. These ranges are separated with the deep valleys and extensive plateaus. The northernmost range is known as Greater Himalayas or Himadri. This range is the most continuous, consisting of the highest peak with an average elevation of about 6,100 meters above mean sea level. Greater Himalayas are composed of snow and ice covered. We find glaciers here. The seasonal cycle of accumulation of ice movement and the melting of glaciers are the source for the perennial rivers. The portion of range found south of the Greater Himalayas is called Lesser Himalayas, which has the most rugged relief. These ranges are mainly composed of highly compressed rocks. The height ranges from 3,700 to 4,500 meters. The Pir Panjal and Mahabharata ranges from the important ranges of this region. The Lesser Himalayas. The Lesser Himalaya ranges consist of the famous valley of Kashmir, the Kangar and Kulu in Himachal Pradesh. This region is well known for many hill stations like Shimla, Mussoorie, Nainital, Ranikhet, etc. and covered by evergreen forest. These southernmost ranges of the Himalayas are the Shivaliks. Shivaliks extended over a width of 10 to 50 kilometers and have an altitude of varying between 900 and 1100 meters. These ranges are called by different names in different regions. Jammu Hills in Jammu region, Mishmi Hills in our Arunachal Pradesh, Kachar in Assam. The valley is lying between the lesser Himalayas and the Shivalik ranges are called as dunes, Dehradun, Kotli Dun and Patli Dun. In Arunachal Pradesh, beyond that Dihang Valley, the Himalayas take hairpin bend to the south and act as eastern boundary of India and runs through the northeastern states. These divisions are known as Purvanchal. Regionally, the Purvanchal are known as Patkai Hills, the Naga Hills, Manipuri Hills, Kashi and Mizo Hills. The formation of the Himalayas influences the climate in various ways. This acts as barriers protecting the Great Plains of India from the cold winds of Central Asia. The another major division is the Indo-Gangetic Plains. The interaction of the three Himalayan rivers Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra and their tributaries resulted in the formation of Great Northern Plain. The Indo-Gangetic Plains broadly consist of three divisions: the western part, the central part, the eastern part. The western part was permitted by the Indus and its tributaries the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. Most of the Indus River located in Pakistan. The central part is known as the Ganga Plain. This part is mainly spread in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and partly in Haryana, Jharkhand and West Bengal. The eastern part of the plain exists mostly in Brahmaputra Valley of Assam. The other major division is the Peninsular Plateau. The Indian Plateau is also known as Peninsular Plateau as it is surrounded by the sea on three sides. It is mainly composed of old crystalline, hard, igneous and metamorphic rocks. Large amounts of metallic and non-metallic mineral resources are found in Indian Plateau. The topography of the plateau is slightly tilted towards the east and the western and eastern Ghats forms the western and eastern boundaries respectively. The peninsular plateau consisting of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands, Malwa Plateau and the Deccan Plateau. The prominent plateau in the Central Highlands are Malwa Plateau on the western side and towards the south. In comparison to the Gangetic Plains, the plateau region is dry. The rivers are not perennial. The irrigation for the second crop depends on the deep tube wells and tanks. Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich in mineral resources. The portion of the peninsular plateau lying to the south of the Narmada, a triangular landmass, is called Deccan Plateau. Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats and Naga Hills, Nilagiri from western, eastern and southern boundaries respectively. The structure of Western Ghats is continuous with a few passes as the gateways to the coastal plains. The Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. The Western Ghats extend for 1600 kilometers. We go to next point. Near Gudaluru, the Nilagiris join Western Ghats and they rise over a height of 2000 meters. The famous hill station like Udagamandalam, popularly known as Ooty, is located in Nilagiris. Dodabetta is the highest peak in Nilagiris. Western Ghats includes Anamalai Hills, Palani and Cardamom Hills. Anaimudi of Anaimalai Hills is highest peak in the South India. The Eastern Ghats extends from Mahanadi Valley in the north to Nilagiris in the south. Eastern Ghats are not continuous. The average height of the Eastern Ghats rarely exceeds 900 meters. The highest peak in Eastern Ghats is Aroya Konda. The next major division is Thar Desert. The Thar Desert is located on the leeward side of the Aravallis and receives very low amount of rainfall ranging from 100 to 150 millimeters per year. It has arid climate with very low vegetation cover. Luni is the only river in this area. The next another division is the coastal. The coastal plain is uneven and broken by hilly terrain. It can be divided into three parts. The first one is Konkan coast. This is the northern part. It touches Maharashtra and Goa. The second one is Canara coast. This is the middle part. It includes coastal plains of Karnataka. The third one is Malabaru coast. This is the southern part, mostly in the state of Kerala. Eastern coastal plains are formed by rivers Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri and are very fertile. These coastal plains are known locally by different names. Utkal coast, Orissa, Sarkaru coast, Andhra Pradesh, Coromandel coast, Tamil Nadu. Next major division is the islands. There are two groups of islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands stretched in Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea. In Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Narkondam and Boran Islands are volcanic region. The southernmost tip of India is formed in Nicobar Islands and called it Indira Point, which was submerged during the 2004 tsunami. Mapping skills. These are three Observed very carefully where is India located. India located in 8 degrees 4 minutes to 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitude to 68 degrees 7 minutes to 92 degrees 25 minutes east. So India is. Next one is read the following India map and answer the below questions. A. Which river through Rift Valley? Narmada. B. Which plateau rich in minerals? Chota Nagpur. C. Eastern boundary of Deccan Plateau. Eastern Ghats. D. The western boundary of India. Arabian Sea. Another exam point of view question information skills. In this picture given one table. In this table given two locations are there. Date, location of Impal, location of Ahmedabad. Observe the table and answer the questions given below. Question. According to the table, which place is located in the east? Imphal. What is the daytime in Imphal? 10.38 hours. Which location has more daytime? Ahmedabad. Question. Why in Imphal the sunset occurred at 4:37 pm? The given information is related to January month. In January daytime is very low. Are Ahmedabad and Imphal following different things? No, both Ahmedabad and Imphal are following IST only. What is the standard meridian of Ahmedabad and Imphal? 82 degrees and of eastern longitude. Question. Observe the table and answer the questions given below. Landform formed continents. Angara land and Gondwana land. Question number 1. From which landform all the continents were formed? All the continents were formed from Angara and Gondwana. Indian landmass was belonged to which landform? Gondwana. Where is Tethys Sea located? Between Laurasia and Gondwana, Tethys Sea is located. Lesson discussed about two very short answers. First one is which longitude is taken as Indian standard meridian? 82.5 degrees east longitude is taken as standard meridian time. It is Indian standard time. Second one is expand GMT. GMT means Greenwich Mean Time. It is also called 0 degrees longitude. Third one is expand IST. IST means Indian Standard Time. It is also called 82.5 degrees east longitude. Fourth one is write the location of India. So, India location is India lies between 8 degrees 4 minutes north and 37 degrees 6 minutes northern latitudes and 68 degrees 7 minutes to 97 degrees 25 minutes eastern longitude. This is location of India. Next question. Which Indian island or volcanic region? Andaman and Nicobar, Narcondam and Boren Islands in volcanic region. Is what is perennial river? A river which flows water throughout the year. Example, Ganga. The next one is name the tributaries of river Indus. River Indus has 5 tributaries. They are Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Satluj. Another question, what is a dune? Give examples. A narrow longitudinal flat bottomed strike valleys between the Himachal and the Shivaliks are called dunes. The prominent dunes are Dehradun, Kotli Dune and Patli Dune. Next, another question is define the term bobber. Gravel and pebble sediments features is known as bobber. Next question, define the term terrain. Swampy and marshy region called terrain. Next, short question and answers. The first question is write a few lines about India's location. India is situated in northern and eastern hemispheres. India is situated in Asian continent. It is surrounded by water on its three sides. 23.5 degrees north latitude, that is Tropic of Cancer, goes across India. This is India's location. And another question is write about Indira Point. So, Indira Point is the southernmost point of India. It is situated in the Great Nicobar Island. It was formerly known as Pygmalion Point. It was renamed in honor of Indira Gandhi on 22/11/1985. It was submerged during the 2004 tsunami. The next question is how is Himalayas formed? Over 200 million years ago, Gondwana land split into two pieces. The Indian plate moved towards northeast and collided the much larger Eurasian plate. The folding had been processed over millions of years. The present form of the Himalayas is a result of this process. The other question is the Indo-Gangetic plains have high density of population. Illustrate with your reasons. Answer. The Indo-Gangetic plains are fertile and excellent for farming. It makes a heaven for farmers to grow wheat and rice. Water dwelling facilities are more comfortable here. They generate employment for large number of people. The other question is differences of Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. Eastern Ghats, it is less height, not continuous ranges, no origin of rivers. Highest peak is Aramakonda. Western Ghats, it is more height, continuous ranges, rivers originate. Highest peak is Anaimudi. Other questions are essay question and answers. The first question is describe any four major relief divisions of Indian landmass. In this question, write about Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic plains, peninsular plateau and coastal plains, and about Thar desert and about islands. So in this question, each point explain even 2 or 3 points. Next, another question is explain the Himalayas. Himalayas act as natural barriers on the northern side of India. They protect India from the cold winds from Central Asia during severe winter. Himalayas are the reason for summer rains, and they are reasonable for monsoon type of climate. If there are no Himalayas, India will remain as a desert. They are the origin for many perennial rivers, and they attract tourists from all over the world. Himalayan rivers bring a lot of silt, making the northern plains very fertile. Next, another question is describe the islands. There are two groups of islands in India. That is, one of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and another one is Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands are in Bay of Bengal. Lakshadweep Islands are in Arabian Sea. In Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Narkondam and Barren Islands are of volcanic region. Lakshadweep Islands are of coral origin. Indra Point, the southernmost tip of India, is found in Nicobar Island. Lakshadweep Islands are famous for great variety of flora and fauna. Next question. In what ways is the Indo-Gangetic Plain different from the Peninsular Plateau? First, we discussed about the Indo-Gangetic Plain. It was formed due to deposition of sediments brought by rivers. Peninsular Plateau was formed due to volcanic eruption. Indo-Gangetic Plain consists of alluvial soil. Peninsular Plateau composed of the old crystalline, hard igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks. Indo-Gangetic Plain is fertile alluvial soils and flat surface. Peninsular Plateau has rugged surface. Indo-Gangetic Plain much irrigation facilities. Peninsular Plateau also provide much irrigation facilities. Indo-Gangetic Plain have perennial rivers. Peninsular Plateau in this region does not have any perennial rivers. Indo-Gangetic Plain are rich in agriculture practice. Peninsular Plateau is rich in mineral resources. Next another question is, write about the similarities and differences between East Coastal Plains and West Coastal Plains. Differences. Eastern Coastal Plains. Eastern Coastal Plains is a belt of plain region lying towards the east between Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. Western Coastal Plains is a belt of region lying towards the west between Western Ghats and Arabian Sea. Eastern Coastal Plains are comparatively wider. Western Coastal Plains, it is narrow in width. Eastern Coastal Plains are very fertile. In this plain, because rivers like flow Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri deposit their sediments during delta formation. Western coastal plains are less fertile because no major river is engaged in sediment deposition. Eastern coastal plains receive comparatively lesser rainfall. Western coastal plains receive more rainfall. Eastern coastal plains, north to south, eastern coastal plains are divided into Utkal coastal, Sarkar coast and Coromandel coast. Western coastal plains, north to south,